And the issue that James is addressing is not, you go to heaven by your works, not by your faith. That's not James's point. James clearly points out that faith is crucial, but he goes on to say, faith without works is dead. What does that mean? It means there's such a thing as sincere faith versus insincere faith. It means that sincere faith will be shown by your lifestyle, by how you obey Jesus as Lord. And if you claim to have faith but have no works, guess what? You have insincere faith. Which means if I habitually practice sin and live in sin, but I go around saying, but I believe in Jesus, James is saying you better go back and question whether your faith is sincere faith. Because guess what James says? The demons believe in God and they shudder. And they ain't going to heaven and they don't really submit to Christ. They don't submit to God. Of course, intellectually, they know God exists. So faith is not just an intellectual gymnastic. Instead, real faith involves your mind, your emotions, your will, and your heart. The total you, trusting in Christ, committing your life to Him.
I feel like something that I struggle with, or I find myself asking God for forgiveness for, is I can get bothered easily. It's easy for me to get frustrated. And I find myself asking for forgiveness all the time. And I mean it out of my heart. I'm trying to... I think you mentioned it yesterday during Bible study, like some people try to white knuckle things, you know? Like, I think it's definitely a challenge, and it makes me want to get a grip, you know? No one likes getting frustrated. I don't think anyone enjoys it. I don't enjoy it. I just find that to be a downfall within myself. How can I do that? How can I get better at not getting frustrated easy, you know? It's easy for me to lose patience with people when they're not understanding the point I'm making across to them, or easy to lose patience with my friends when I've said the same thing 1,000 times and they still don't understand it, you know? Or lose patience with someone close that doesn't know Jesus, and I've just shared with them so many times, and they're just not getting it. They're not getting it. And it's easy for me to get frustrated and go, man, like, how are you not understanding? How can I get a grip? I don't want my frustration to separate me from God. You know, that's my biggest fear. Like, I genuinely love Jesus and I want people to know Him. That's like my biggest heart's desire. But I also do care about my character. I want to be more like Him every day. And I don't want that to be the one thing that turns someone away from Jesus because I let my temper get to me, you know, or I let something like that.
So are you talking about just in the context of sharing the gospel, or are you saying generally?
Just in general.